So Boruto is under a lot of pressure. Mamushi is attacking the village, Jura is way too overpowered, Sarada is on the brink of death, and Naruto is still stuck in a timeless dimension. There are so many things happening, including the fact that his life is still switched with Kawaki. So what is Boruto supposed to do about this? Well, there is one solution to all of this, and it's so surprising that no one has mentioned this as an option. And what I'm referring to is Boruto taking the eyes of Eida and using Omnipotence to fix all of these issues. Now normally I'd open the video saying that this is a bit more complex, so let me get into it and break it down so you guys can get what I'm saying, but this is so simple that it doesn't need any complicated explanations or long-winded videos. It's very simple and straightforward. Take the eyes of Eida, implant them into his eye sockets, and use Omnipotence. And again, if you guys don't remember, Omnipotence is the power to do anything, the will to make anything real. It's the power to create worlds, do anything the user wants it to do. And I'm going based off the definition provided in the manga, the will to make anything real. And we've seen multiple applications of this. Eida wanted to be loved by many people, so it gave her the love charm ability. It literally manifested a power from nothingness. And then you had the case with Kawaki. Eida wanted to fulfill Kawaki's desire. She wanted to help him, and that resulted in a mass mind-altering event that affected people across the entire cosmos in different dimensions, as was the case with Code, that switched the lives of Boruto and Kawaki. This ability is overpowered. The problem is that Eida can't use it, she can't wield it voluntarily because she isn't an Otsutsuki, so it just happens randomly, she can't control it. But we have characters in Boruto's manga that are Otsutsuki. Boruto is 100% Otsutsuki. Kawaki is also Otsutsuki, but we're not going to trust Kawaki with Omnipotence, obviously. But Boruto is a good guy. He does have the body and the mind to wield this power. Why wouldn't he take it from Eida and wield it himself, even temporarily? They can just take the eyes, use it, and then give it back to her. Very simple, easy peasy. I'm sure she would agree. And some might say, well, maybe Eida doesn't have the power in her eyes, but that doesn't appear to be the case, or at least it does appear to be the case that it does stem from her eyes, because whenever the power is used, the symbol manifested is the symbol of the Senrigan. We saw that in multiple panels where the power was used, and even Damon recognized the symbol when it was used the second time, which means he was around to see it the first time it was used. That means that this power is associated with the Senrigan eye. The Senrigan does have other powers, such as seeing into the past and the present, just like any other dojutsu that has multiple powers, like the Byakugan or the Tenseigan or the Sharingan or the Mangekyo. This isn't some contradiction of any kind. This isn't anything new. The precedent is there in Boruto and Naruto. So all Boruto needs to do is take the dojutsu from Eida, implant them into his Otsutsuki body, and then wield its power. And of course you could say maybe the power doesn't have the ability to just erase someone, so you can't say do away with Jura, do away with Mamushi, or let me win this event or whatever. You can't rewrite reality to that extent, but you could say, hey, you have the power to make anything real. I want a weapon or jutsu that one-shots Jura. Like, give me a Jura killing weapon, give me a Mamushi killing weapon, give me a Mamushi killing jutsu. It's the will to make anything real, and I'm taking that to the fullest extent. Boruto could literally fix every problem that is happening right now. Oh look, Sarada's right eye was just destroyed. Oh, make a new one. Oh, Sarada is going blind. I want that to not be the case. Oh, Naruto is stuck in that timeless dimension. Well, give me the space-time powers to access that dimension. Oh, my life was switched with Kawaki. Well, switch it back. And not just that I want to undo what Omnipotence did in the past. because Eida implied that it might not be possible to do that, even though we can't take anything Eida says about this power seriously because she knows nothing about it. But even then, if Omnipotence is able to switch the lives of Boruto and Kawaki, I can have it switch their lives again. It's about the wording and the phrasing and the thought process. You're not asking it to undo Omnipotence, you're asking it to make another change. And that change is to simply switch Boruto with Kawaki again. So that would of course fix the Kawaki switch situation, but it doesn't address the root of the problem. Because of course, Boruto could free Naruto and Hinata, and he could switch their lives back, but Kawaki will still want to kill him, because he still has Momoshiki inside his body. So even if he gets rid of Juro with the almighty Juro killing weapon, and gets rid of all the other Shinju as well, and even heals Sarada's eye, there's still the problem of Kawaki. So how does he fix that? Well, that too is also very simple. Use Omnipotence to create a jutsu that removes Momoshiki's soul from his body and seals him away, or even erases him from existence. The ability literally has the power to make anything real. So if Boruto wants to make a jutsu that's able to do that, he should be able to, just by the description of the power. So as you can see, what I'm saying should make sense. It's very simple, but for some reason, no one points that out. No one in real life that discusses the manga, no one in the series, of course, who knows about these powers and abilities, or maybe they don't know. Maybe they don't know that the sign that was manifested was in the shape of Eida's Senrigan, and maybe they find that out later on and they do what I'm saying they should do. Or maybe Eida simply dies and then they do it afterwards, which then begs the question, why didn't they do that before? They have the most broken, overpowered jutsu or ability in the history of this manga, including Naruto, obviously, and I would argue in most of anime. But the characters are just sitting there, not making use of it for some reason. Is it some moral qualms or whatever about not taking the eyes of someone else, even if it's just temporary, even though the world is literally at stake? I'm not sure. But that is the problem with introducing a Deus Ex Machina, and then also introducing a way in which the characters can wield that Deus Ex Machina. Someone who's then paying a bit more attention to the story will then question why the characters aren't making use of that Deus Ex Machina, you know? And it hasn't been addressed in story, why the characters aren't doing so. And look, I love a good theory, you guys know me. I theorize all the time about the most random stuff, the most weirdest things in Boruto, and try to piece them together to make something make a bit more sense. But in some cases that doesn't work, and this is one of them. I can't think of a reason why taking the eyes of Eida wouldn't work, especially since they showed the power in the form of Eida's Senrigan. If that didn't happen, then yeah, we could say maybe the Omnipotence isn't associated with the Senrigan. But if every time the power is used, it manifests in the symbol of the Senrigan, why wouldn't it be? And why wouldn't anyone question if it is? No one really knows. They should simply take Eida's eyes, give it to Boruto, and he can test it out for a day and see what happens. And then he can give it back to her, they can patch her up with some medical ninjutsu. No harm, no foul. It's something that even if they don't know if that's the case, they should have tried. But they haven't tried, even though they don't know. And that is the problem, that is an issue. But yeah, that is that. If you guys have any reasoning behind this, you guys can let me know in the comments as per usual, and I'll respond as per usual. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.